Welcome everybody to this second EATRIS conference.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues.
EATRIS is a research infrastructure, so actually bringing the new knowledge in the biomedicine to the real patients. It's a kind of combination of bricks and brains, or as I was explaining in my presentation, rails and the train, which is actually driving the innovation to the patients.
I think we are talking of translational medicine, but we should probably also talk about transnational medicine. And I think EATRIS, by putting together all these stakeholders from Europe, is doing a great job to put together the critical mass to develop this type of very ambitious and long-lasting endeavor, I would say.
It's a new way to do research in Europe. This will allow the European research area to develop much faster and in a way that is much more productive for the citizens of Europe.
We are speaking about an ATMP, so Advanced Therapy Medicinal Product.
My presentation was about an advanced therapy medicinal product that is able to cure a form of blindness that was approved in Europe at the beginning of this year, and this is the first stem cell product approved in Europe. And I'm happy that we reached this result, and this was the opportunity to understand how can we probably do it better, because I realized that this process is time-consuming, and within EATRIS we can provide a platform obtaining the same kind of results in a shorter time with less cost, possibly.
It's inspiring me to think of how we can work internationally and amongst European organisations to speed up research.
We need to get innovations to the patient. So there are advances happening in terms of basic research and these laboratory discoveries, but we need those to be translated into innovative prevention and treatment options, because currently there aren't options for people affected by MS and other neurological disorders aside from medications that were developed many years ago now. So we need to see some new discoveries and some new innovations to help people manage these disorders.
It's not early translation, this is really late translation that we're busy in. We're also funding early translational research. But this last step is a very interesting and very new challenge for us as a charity as well. But I think it's a very exciting possibility to expand your activities into these young companies.
I think it's very important to bring all the players together. It's a new model now since the pharma have started scaling back in the R&D. Translational research organizations like EATRIS, like CDRD, like MRCT are taking a much bigger role, and so they have to step in and fill this gap that exists in terms of the basic research to the commercialization.
Answer A, if your answer is I agree, patients should be involved to review projects and during project selection.
Among the patient organization, there is a quite wide consensus saying that it had also been enlightened that the lack of political will for translational research demanded by patient organization. It means that patient organization, they ask for translational research.
The Patient Advisory Committee is an EATRIS initiative bringing together patient advocates from pan-European patient organisations. And basically the role is for that group to provide advice to EATRIS around initiatives they may be developing or projects in which they're involved that have a patient perspective required.
As a main funder organisation was about the possibilities that we have to support research. What are our priorities and the strategy for supporting research, and how to better embed the different infrastructures, like EATRIS, for example, within these supported research and strategies.
It's always useful to hear not only from the people that I know and I've seen before, but also from people that I don't know. And some of the people who have taken approaches that are to some of the problems we're working on, which are a little different.
Who in your organization would be in a position to evaluate and to take a decision whether or not to fund and to support?
We'll bring in multidisciplinary teams, and we'll bring in people who you wouldn't even traditionally bring in. Engineers, you know, you'd bring in bioinformaticians, depending on what the technology was.
We all need to come together and share those experiences and not duplicate and replicate, but rather find the best ways of moving forward.
Thank you very much for contributing to this outstanding event. Thank you so much.